Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh Soundoff. As always, welcome by the one and only Angel Ortega. As always, a lot of stuff to talk about this week. We got some UFC Vegas 58 to go over. UFC Long Island going down on ABC this Saturday. There's also MMA news that we got to go over. As always, we're brought to you by Rogue Energy. If you want 10% off your order at rogueenergy.com, use the code SOUNDOFF at checkout. That's code SOUNDOFF at checkout for 10% off of all your energy needs. Rogue Energy, amazing sponsor of the show as always. Love them. They love us. And you know what? You guys should love them too. Go ahead and get 10% off. Get yourself something nice. Get somebody you like something nice. It's a hot summer out here. Stay hydrated. RogueEnergy.com. Code SOUNDOFF at checkout. Last Saturday night from UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. UFC Vegas 58 main evented by a lightweight banger. Rafael versus Rafael violence. In the end, though, it was the young prospect up on the rise, Rafael Fiziev, knocking out Rafael dos Anjos, cracking the chin for only I believe the third time in his career, or at least second time in the UFC. Very rarely has dos Anjos been put out, and there was some controversy about the stoppage on fight night, but I've since kind of changed that. I've changed my opinion on that a little. But as far as you go, Angel, give me your thoughts on the fight itself, and also that fifth round, that big right hand. Did you think it was an early stoppage?
Look, I had funny. I sent you my text in the moment, right? But I was also talking with someone at the time because there was a few guys watching us there that night, and I was like, damn, that was a little premature. But then when I saw the other angle, which was the angle the referee was on, I was like, okay, I could see where he could have stopped it. But I was like, I still kind of wish you maybe let it go. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, at the end of the day, you protect the father, and from the angle the opposite angle, because we had, what would it be, the side the hit came from, not the side that had the more clear view as he's going down, because that side looked you could see that he was pretty out, he's pretty, and but he came back pretty quick though. But I get it, man. I get what he was trying to do, and I feel like a lot of people that kind of looked into it don't have a big, crazy big issue with it. But if you're looking at it just like from face value where it was in that moment, from that the one angle you see where you don't see him going down, you don't see his face, I could see where, you feel a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, on fight night, I saw the one angle and I was like, damn, that's pretty early. And then the next day I saw an alternate angle and I was like, oh, that's actually a really, really great stoppage. I mean, I don't know if dos Anjos was out, but it looked like he might have been. So it was very, very close. But, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good stoppage, man. And overall, just Rafael Fiziev, just to bring it back to his performance, man, he's the real deal. I think if there were any questions left, because, there were a couple of fights there, like, he was on the rise and he had some impressive performances, but then you'd have like the Bobby Green fight where it was like, a lot closer than it probably should have been. And if there were any questions left, they're all gone now. I mean, he went out there. Dos Anjos, yes, you can argue maybe he's older, but look, man, Dos Anjos is still ranked very, very highly. He was talking about maybe with the win here, maybe he can get a title shot or get close to a title shot. And Fiziev just shut all that down, man. I mean, he stuffed, I believe, 10 of 12 takedowns. He was putting together great combinations, and he cracked the chin of one of the most durable lightweights of all time. I mean, that was just an insane performance. So, shout out Rafael Fiziev. On his performance, is there anything else you want to say before we move on?
I mean, it was good. I still want to see a little bit more. Obviously, it was impressive. I don't want to take anything away from it. But, this is one of first, right? One of the first, big, wins at this weight class for him, obviously, and, one of the first big names, I want to see more. I think it's good. I think there's something great here. I'm not doubting him. Like I said, he's proven a lot. He's clearly very talented, but want a little bit more still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. I do want to see him against a high-level guy next, and that high-level guy may be Justin Gaethje. If everything goes physique's way. Is that a matchup you want to see next?
I mean, who doesn't want to see that, dude? I feel it like someone said, dude, it's like Justin Gaethje, they call him the human highlight for a reason, right? I mean, any matchup is great for Justin Gaethje at the end of the day, right? What is not a good matchup for Justin Gaethje outside of Khabib?
Yeah, true. Hey man, that
and even then,
fight was still fun.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a fight I want to see next, man. I know Gaethje's probably. Didn't he say he was taking some time off to like fix his nose because it's been broken?
I guess he finally decided to just say fuck it and take care of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that recently, so I believe he's going to be taking a little bit of time off. But yeah, man, I'd still be down to see that whenever he does come back. Like that sounds like an awesome fight. But yeah, man, this card was a bit of a rough one. Part of the reason it was a rough one. Let's go and move on to the co-main event. We questioned why this is a co-main event. And looks like our questioning was it was very apt. It was very it was a good thing we questioned it because it was not a great fight. Kyle Barallo defeats Arman Petrosyan via unanimous decision 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. Very grappling heavy game plan, but it was not a grappling heavy where he was actually, moving into positions, doing a lot of passing, landing big shots. It was kind of just.
He was initially, though. Initially, he was
Initially, but over the course of the fight, you know what I mean? Like, the vast majority.
Yeah. No, it makes sense, though.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think about his performance, though?
I mean, it's kind of what I expected from him. He fought a really good fight. I mean, he fought what he had to do. He took the guy who, comes, his thing is obviously keeping him on the feet, and he took him out of his world, which is exactly what you want to do. He fought the fight that Gregory Rodriguez should have fought against Petrosyan originally.
Yeah.
So good for him. He's a talented kid, man. At 185, there's another person right there, 29 years young, and he's I think he has a lot of potential. He has a lot of room to grow. But there's already some good stuff we've already seen, and I think the sky's the limit right now. Nice little 2-win streak here, not including the contender series win and the one before that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct. Very solid win streak going for him right now. As far as the rest of the card goes, man, it was a bit of a mixed bag, but there were some good fights in here, a couple of really rough ones. What fights were you do you most want to talk about from UFC Vegas 58?
I mean, we could just go one down, Josh. Said Nurmagomedov versus Douglas Silva Andrade. It was a fun fight, man. I was, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little suspect with the 30-27. I knew he lost, but I always like some accurate scoring. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that, but it was a fun fight, and it was actually scored differently all around. By the way, none of the scorecards were the same. Even the 29-28s were different.
It was a very close fight. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
I thought it was a lot closer. I could have even.
You could have seen them giving it to Andrade.
I thought they were going to for a second, but I was
me too. I thought that fight was a lot closer than the judges portrayed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
that's how it is, though.
True. In the 30-27, I don't like it.
Suspect, man.
Yeah,
he was paid.
It was
paid off, Josh. No, I was kidding.
Anyways, since you talked about that one, I'm gonna move on down. Our boy Chase Sherman, the Vanilla Gorilla, he went out there and did it for all the gorillas out there, man. He did it for Darren Till. He
shout out Harambe.
Shout out Harambe. He goes out there, defeats Jander Vanderhaar. And that was actually a really fun fight, dude. Those guys went out there and they just banged, bro. I mean, that was a hell of a fight. And Chase Sherman, dude, getting that win that he badly needed. He's lost 4 in a row. Arlovsky, Parker Porter, Jake Collier, and Alexander Romanov. And, it was not an easy fight for him. I feel bad for Jared Vanderhaar, because that's almost definitely a wrap on his UFC career. But look, man, that was a great fight. Very, very happy with that one. Chase Sherman's a great dude, so yeah.
He earned it, and he earned it the right way, and he did a lot of right things, man, that he needs to continue to do in his career, and hopefully, maybe he's turning a leaf here, and he'll get on a nice little winning streak, and maybe turn some heads, and maybe get some rematches.
Yeah. So we'll see about that. But look, dude, we gotta talk about this one just because it was so disappointing. Amin Zahabi defeating Ricky Tercios. You know, we're really the only people that watch Tough these days. And
not according to Ricky Tercios' Instagram, man. He was getting a lot of love even though he didn't have a great performance.
Yeah, this is actually a really bad performance for him. No, he did win Tough. He did you know, he had a nice fight before this as well. But man, I believe that was one of the worst like fights in regards to like accuracy in UFC history.
Dude, it was like, insane. It was something insane.
He couldn't land anything. And it was, I don't even know what the fuck
Josh,
it was.
he was fighting a ghost out there, Josh.
Here it is. He landed 11.5% of his significant strike attempts. That's the fourth lowest strike rate in UFC history.
But do you have the actual numbers? Like, the actual numbers make it so much worse.
Yeah, I can't find the actual numbers. I just have the percentage. But, yeah, man, that was a rough fight. It was a pretty disappointing performance out of Ricky, not gonna lie.
Wait. I can find it real quick. I just gotta go and type in UFC into Google.
Yeah.
And then go over one, and then click that. Ricky had 235 strikes thrown, and with only 27 landing total, to his opponent with 105 strikes thrown, landing 54. Yeah, dude, my boy Ricky out there fighting a ghost, dude. My man was fighting Casper.
Yeah, it was a rough one, man. It was really, really rough, not gonna lie. Yeah, he'll rebound though. I mean, it could have been, you know, Octagon jitters. He's still very, very young, but, yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I think we also got to talk, man, we're moving one down today. We're just moving one down. But, Jimmy Malarkey defeating Michael Johnson. I hated this decision. What did you think, Angel?
Yeah, no, I thought Michael Johnson won that fight, man. It was a banger though. I get where, I kind of get where they're coming from, but I still think Michael Johnson won the fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I see where they came from, but I rewatched it literally yesterday, and I can't see it, man. I just can't. I hate that decision. But
in the moment, I felt wrong too. I was like, wait, was I wrong? Like, what did I not see? But then
I think part of it is because we like Michael Johnson, and to see him, he's had some rough times, and he finally got a win last time out, and for this one would have moved into 2 wins, and now it's just, I don't know, it's just tough,
one last run at the title.
One last run. Yeah, he can beat anybody on any given night, but not with these judges apparently. Anyways, man, what are some other fights just on the prelims we're going to talk about?
A heartbreaking one for us, Josh. Tresean Gore losing to Cody Brundage. But Cody Brundage is a fucking good guy, so I knew this was a possibility. Yeah,
but not, dude, like that, he fucking murked him, my man.
He put him out. You're not wrong.
Yeah, so that was rough. That was very rough. Another one, Anthony Shevchenko defeating Courtney Casey. Solid win for her. You know, I definitely think, she's not really lived up to the hype that she had when she came into the UFC, but she's still sticking around longer. You mean what? 4 years now in the UFC? 5 years? Definitely kind of wild. But yeah, man. David Onama, David Onama defeating Garrett Armfield. Submission in the second round. Solid performance by him, man. Solid performance. 2 wins in a row. You love to see it, man. Carl Roberson's UFC career it's probably a wrap now, right? I mean, lost to Kenny Njoku, TKO round number 3. He got dominated in that one, man. That was rough. And then, Saeed, I'm just gonna call him Saeed, defeating Roddy Lawrence. That kid looks like the real deal down at 135. Do you like his performance?
Yeah, no, he's a solid guy. He's taking out some good names. He took out my guy, AK-47, Askar. Outside of the UFC, so, and I was really hyped up for that guy, and he shut down that hype train. Real quick.
Yeah, so that kid is very solid, but yeah, man, this is a rough fight night. It was not the best card, not the worst card of the year, I'd say, but
it wasn't bad. It was still fun.
It's gonna be, I forgot it in about T-minus 5 minutes after it ended. You know what I mean? It was one of those cards.
I mean, this next week will be way better.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, this card we got coming up.
Josh, it has Jessica Penne.
you know how much I love Jessica Benet.
I know you love Jessica Benet, Josh.
And jokes aside, I am actually very excited for her fight with Emily Ducote. But let's go ahead and we'll crack into it right now, Angel. Crack into it right fucking now. Right fucking now.
Right now, Josh.
UFC Long Island going down on ABC. Yes, it is the third ever ABC card. Last year, I believe, like last January, they started doing these. They had Holloway versus Cater. Then they had Marvin Vettori versus Kevin Holland a couple months later. And now we got Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez. Angel, if Yair Rodriguez wins, he will receive a featherweight title shot. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't know why he will, but he will.
I heard about this last night. I found out about this last night. I'm surprised. I thought they were gonna go the Josh Emmett route.
They for real said fuck Josh Emmett though, man. They said fuck your 5-fight winning streak, bro. Like, I don't get it at all, dude. I really don't get it. But moving aside from the drama with that, which again I very much disagree with, this fight is excellent, dude. This fight is so fucking good on paper. Brian Ortega, obviously, is going to be his first fight since his absolute war with Alexander Volkanovski back at UFC 266 in September 2021. Obviously, we know that he's, the closest to finishing Alexander Volkanovski. Obviously, caught him in that submission in the third round, which was probably one of the greatest rounds I've ever seen at round 3 of their featherweight title fight. Just back and forth, back and forth. Outside of that, he kind of got beat up, but, that one moment was pretty sick. And he's back against Yair. Obviously, Yair is coming off of that war with Max Holloway back in November. Prior to that, he was on a 3-fight unbeaten streak. Still sitting at 13-3 overall in his career. Still a guy that, he got that super big push back in 2017, 2018, Angel. I'm sure you remember. Back whenever he was super hyped, he knocked out BJ Penn. He had a couple of big fights there. And then he had that bit of a rough patch where he didn't fight, and then he had the multiple failed bookings with Zabit, and then he got suspended by USADA and so on and so forth. And then it's crazy to think, dude, he's 29. He's still in his 20s. He's gone through all that drama. He seems to have come back on the other side, and now he's in a position where if he wins, he will fight for UFC gold. Preview this matchup for me, man. What do you think?
I'm excited, man. I mean, we got the California native versus the native born in Mexico and out of Chihuahua, Mexico, the very own Yair Rodriguez, the Pantera versus T-City himself. You love to see it. I think it's a great
out there.
I know, right? It's a great stylistic clash. I mean, man, it's the crazy stand-up, spinning strike, leg kick guy versus the crafty jiu-jitsu player who now has an improved stand-up game, man, where before it was kind of like, how long is Brian Ortega going to last before he gets the win, right? I mean, that used to be the meme, right? Take all the damage, get the win. I mean, shit, that was almost a story of his belt victory, or could have been belt victory against Volkanovski, the Hail Mary submission, Mm-hmm. What if, right? And man, I'm going to be honest with you, Josh, I think Brian Ortega has a great chance of winning this fight. I think now that he's improved a lot on the feet, looking a little bit more comfortable, but the damage taking is still there. I wonder how that's going to be with how that's going to go with Yair Rodriguez, because I wonder how he's going to deal with the leg attacks, his spinning strikes. I wonder how wild it's going to get on the feet. And once the fight does hit the ground, and if it does hit the ground, how's Yair going to react? Because Brian Ortega is not going to be chasing your traditional submissions. Brian Ortega is going to be catching you in triangles, buddy. He's going to be throwing you. He's going to wrap you up, and then bam, he's going to jump on you on a submission. How's he going to deal with that? I'm sure he's going to be practicing with like that. Now, I know for a long time, it was something that actually I think Brandon Moreno talked about how like just jiu-jitsu players down in Mexico and that whole area, like that part of, like, they have the boxing down, they have the stand-up down, but they just need the other half of the wrestling and jiu-jitsu to kind of complete their MMA game. And a lot of the guys, and there's a lot of guys down there in Mexico that have improved in that and are working on that. Even Brandon Moreno himself, he's a good jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how Yair does in that department. I think the big thing is when the submission starts coming in, when he starts getting wrapped up by Brian, how is he going to react? And how is Brian going to react to the oncoming strikes? Is he going to be receiving the damage? Is he going to be getting hurt constantly? I think there's all the big things. But I'm confident in picking Brian Ortega, Josh. I think he has a few more avenues of victory. I think he could win it on the feet, but I obviously, you know the ground and the submissions are going to be his big thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do not think he has a chance of winning it on the feet, but I don't think it matters. I think your cousin's going to get it done, man. I think he has more ways to win. I think also, man, not to dunk on Yair, because I'm a big fan of Yair, but his very flashy striking style and how entertaining it is, that has its drawbacks. And one of those drawbacks is because you're always in motion, you're always being very fluid. Guys can take you down. And we saw that in the Frankie Edgar fight whenever he got taken down and just brutalized. And you want to be like, oh, that fight was 5 years ago? I agree. Well, we just saw that happen less than 6 months ago against Max Holloway too. So maybe he wasn't brutalized on the ground by Max, but the fact that Max, who
granted, he did fuck up his foot though.
That's true. That's true. And at the same time though, when you throw that many kicks, that's a very reasonable possibility in this fight as well. So, yep. You know, Max, I've always said Max has very underrated jiu-jitsu, but the reason why we don't see that too often is because he's not very good at getting takedowns, you know? Yet he took Yair down at will in that fight. So, look, man, I think Brian's biggest issue has always been, like, his striking was always a big issue, but also he's not really good at setting up takedowns. But he's worked on that a whole hell of a lot, man. Especially even in the Volk fight, he didn't score really any traditional takedowns, but he was still, you know, finding unique ways to get the fight to the mat. You know what I mean? Even in that third round, he caught a kick and landed a punch at the same time. It kind of just threw him down, you know? And he got in that guillotine. I think Brian just has more ways to win. And I'm going to go and take it, man. Now, we've never seen Yair submitted in his career, but I think it happens here. I think Brian Ortega is too good. I think he gets it done, man. But regardless, I think it's going to be a banger of a fight. Like,
watch this be so fucking wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised, dude. I think it's going to be a really, really close fight. I think
what would be savage, Josh? Yair Rodriguez via submission.
Oh Jesus! Well, yeah, pull some Max shit. Starts beating him up. Tries going for the sub. Right. You know, it could happen, man. I mean, Brian's takes a lot of punishment, so who knows?
And he's taken a lot of punishment in not a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 31, and he's taken some. Even the fights he wins, man. I mean, I feel like people forget because, like, the Max fight and the Volk fight were so brutal, but, like, bro, he had a war with Renato Moicano.
Like I said, that was the meme, dude. It was like, how much damage is Brian Ortega going to take before he gets the win?
Yeah, he had a war with Clay Guida. I mean, he had a goddamn, like, he can never have an easy fight, man. So, yeah.
Hey, man, but he's entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. I do think it's going to be a very good fight, though. But I am going to go and take your cuz on Saturday. So, regardless, though, co-main event, a battle of strawweight contenders. Amanda Lemos taking on Michelle Waterson. Obviously, Lemos back for the first time since April, making a somewhat quick turnaround since her submission loss to Jessica Andrade. Waterson, on the other hand, is coming off a loss in a main event outing against Marina Rodriguez back in May of 2021. Been over a year out of the cage for her. I know she had some health issues, but she said she's feeling energetic going into this one. She sees some more opportunities at the top now that Carla Esparza is champion, which I think is quite funny. But anyways, what do you think about this fight, my man?
I think it's a fun bout. It's a good bounce back for Amanda Lemos, man. I think the Andrade fight was just too much too soon, man. I think that was not a good fight for her. It was just not going to work out. And, I mean, at 35, man, I mean, that really kind of set her back a bit. But the one good thing for women is it takes them a bit to age out in MMA. They could be around for quite a while. I mean, shit, we have Jessica Pennell on this card, you know, 39 years old. She's still going strong, man. She's on a 2-fight win streak, potentially going on a 3, you know?
Coming for that belt.
Coming for that belt, baby. And, for Amanda Lemos, man, she has a lot of power, dude. You look at her, you wouldn't think, oh shit, this chick can crack, dude, but she can fucking crack.
Yeah.
And I think that's it's very dangerous for Michelle Waterson because Amanda Lemos has some fucking hands. She has this kind of nice fluid movement if she gets going too. That if she gets flowing, she gets comfortable. I think she could give hell to Michelle Waterson. You know, Michelle Waterson's a weird one for me, man, because I feel like ever since I've started investing time into the sport, man, I've only seen the the losses, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I came in and it's just been loss after loss. Like, you know, it was a Joanna Esparza. She got the Angela Hill one, but if I remember right, she arguably lost that.
Yeah, I thought that was a robbery.
And Marina Rodriguez, I mean, that's 4 losses in a row, and she's about to take on Amanda Lemos. I mean, I think it might be 5 here soon, Josh.
Yeah, I think this is a strange matchup. I suppose it only makes sense if you're Waterson and you're trying to climb up the rankings and try and get a title shot quick. I don't see it happening. I think this is a rough matchup for her, and I think she loses, dude. I mean, I'm very high on Amanda Lemos. She fucking cracks hard. And Michelle Waterson, she's very talented, but at the same time, man, part of me wonders, like, she's just been on like a bad streak, and I don't see it getting any better. You know what I mean? Some people take a corner. For example, Lemos herself is 35. Waterson's only 36. They're only a year apart. But it's the miles, man. And Michelle Waterson has had some tough fights. She had that brutal fight with Rose. She had that war with Joanna. She's had a couple of wars in her career, man. So, I mean, I'm going to go and take Amanda Lemos here. I'm assuming you're in agreement.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. I'd like to be proven wrong. I mean, I like Michelle Waterson, but
I think most of the MMA community does, if not all.
She's very likable.
Yeah, she's a really good personality.
For sure. Anyways, as far as the rest of the card, what is the fight you're most looking forward to?
We gotta go one down, Josh. I know, I white knighted the fuck out of myself, but it's okay.
I didn't say anything.
I know you didn't, but I heard you laugh.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You have your camera on, Josh. I see you laughing.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. Start telling me about some fights, Angel. We
I
got stuff to do today. Angel. Come on.
You got stuff. Don't you think I have stuff to do today too, motherfucker?
I'm pretty sure you're just gonna go take a nap after this.
I might. I might do that. Oh my god. But we could go one down, man. The Leech is back versus Muslim. Is it Muslim or is it Muslim? Do we know?
I think it's just Muslim
Solikov. Regardless, he was booked against Michelle Pereira originally at the start of this year. Fight got canceled. I was super down for that. I thought it was a banger. Last time out, dude, against Francisco Trinaldo, that was, I remember, if I remember it, he had a fight for that one against a 40-year-old Francisco Trinaldo. But hey, man, Trinaldo's a motherfucker, dude. I love Trinaldo. He's still doing it. I don't care that he looks like he's on some Sazul. But, you know, you saw it as a thing, so he shouldn't be. Dude,
you saw it as notoriously.
Holy shit, he's on a 2-fight win streak. This guy's.
Yeah, you saw it never does anything wrong, my man, you know?
But, as far as a kind of like bounce back fight and kind of a good fight I think it's a good fight for both guys. It's a win-win for either guy who wins. Obviously, it sucks for who loses, but it's like the right fight to make right now as far as rankings for each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I like this fight a lot. I really do. Li Jingliang, probably one of the most I feel very comfortable saying this, Angel. One of the most entertaining guys in the sport.
Yes.
And that may sound crazy, but can you think of a single boring fight that he's been in? Like, I'm not even just one. Just one.
Shit, not off the top of my head.
Damn right you can. I mean,
maybe was it Neil Magny won a rough one, if I remember right?
Nah, Neil Magny. That was a banner because that was Neil back after a long layoff and he beat the shit out of him. It wasn't a great night for the Leech, but it was an entertaining fight.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, man. One of the most entertaining guys in the sport. So yeah, I'm glad to see him back. It's going to be a tough matchup for him, man. It's going to be a tough matchup, but regardless, it's going to be fun to watch. Also on the card, dude, I'm very excited for this one as well. Matt Schnell taking on Sue Montegieri. Glad to see the flyweight division. It's not really getting, like, I don't want to say it's getting a lot of love, but I'm shocked that they're on the main card.
Hey, man, they're here, baby. They're here.
No, I agree for sure. But is it just me or do they always put, like, these high-ranked flyweight matchups, like, bottom of the card?
Dude, Ricky Simone, Jack Shore are lower than this.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's just a 10-pound increase, but just, you know what I mean? It just goes to show how much love they're getting.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm honestly shocked they put him in this position. But I'm glad they will, because I know for a fact this fight's gonna fucking rock, dude. I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean it's
Matt,
flyweights, dude. They come out to bang.
they do, and Matt Schnell's been putting on some bangers recently, man. That fight with Brandon Royval earlier this year was fucking, it was perfect. And then the Sumata Jerry, dude, this kid can crack, dude. This kid can really, really crack. So I'm very excited for this one. He is coming off a win over our boy, Surukadashev, back in January 2021. So a bit of a long layoff for him, but we'll see what happens there, man. Very excited for that one. Shane Burgos versus Charles Jourdain, though. This is going to be the fight of the night.
I mean, this is certified violence, right?
This is certified. This fight feels like it should be illegal. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's real. It's real.
What they're going to do to each other are, like, war crimes, dude. Like,
it might be. This might be the closest we get to a non-sanctioned fight, if they could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is like the athletic commission. I'm surprised
this might go beyond just it being the sport. You know?
This is some Roman Colosseum type shit, dog. Like they're gonna go out there and do some crazy shit to one another, you know?
Yeah. You love to see it, though. You love to fucking see it.
Right? I couldn't be more excited for them to do it. But
how long has it been since Shane Burgos was gone? It was the last time out against
he came back against Billy Q, right?
That was a banger too, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it came right after the Gaethje Chandler fight. So I remember being like just so tired, and then like
being like, "Fuck, man."
Like I remember they had like not a whole lot of audience reaction because of that, you know. But yeah, dude, that was a banger. And then Charles Jourdain, I mean, this kid's just, I don't even know what to say about him. This kid rocks, man. I mean, he's
the meanest Canadian you know, dude.
Oh my god, yeah, this guy rocks, dude. That fight with Lando Venado ruled. His fight but the better one, Andre Ewell, back in December, that shit was crazy, dog.
Man, that Julia Rosa fight, he might have lost it, but goddamn was that good, because that was a comeback behind win by Julia Rosa, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, that was a hell of a fight, man.
That was a hell of actually, that's a fight that if you have free time, you should rewatch. Anybody here?
Oh yeah, for sure, dude, for sure. I mean, I fucking loved that fight, man. Love it.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. And Charles Jourdain, Chamber, look, we spent a long time on this fight, dude, but I cannot stress to people, like, if you're listening to this show, and for some reason you're thinking, well, it's a fight night, I should skip it. Dude, first of all, don't. First of all, don't. Second of all, even if you decide to, just turn on whenever Jourdain's making the walkout. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are gonna fucking try and kill each other. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome, dude. I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait. But yeah, dude. And then opening up the card, dude.
This is the big one, man. This is probably one of the
because I feel comfortable saying if Miesha Tate wins this fight, she will fight for the title next.
This has maybe the second biggest stakes or the biggest stakes on the card outside the Yair Bryan fight.
Well, I mean, it has to be second, right? I'd say second most, just by virtue of the fact that, just because like if Yair wins, he'll get a title shot. But this one,
it's kind of sad. This isn't the co-main, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No. I think sometimes they'll strategically do this though. Like, they'll put like a huge match opening up the card.
Don't you think Shane Burgos, Charles Jourdain should have been the card opener?
Oh, damn, you're right. That'd be even better.
And they could have had Matt Schnell, Sumata Jiri right after, or like the other, Michelle Watson and Amanda Lemos in between, and then Matt Schnell, and then the Leech, and then Lauren Murphy, leading into Brian Ortega versus Yair Rodriguez. I really think they kind of dropped the ball in the order. Not gonna lie.
Well, you know what I don't understand? And what we're talking about timing and shit, why is this card starting at 2:00? The main card, Angel.
People who watch ABC at this time, I guess.
I guess, but it's crazy to me. It's starting at 1 p.m. our time, Angel. The main card. The
dude, I already planned out what I'm going to do for the day. I'm going to literally go over and sleep at our homie's house.
Really? You can go sleep at Phillips?
Oh, I'm going straight there, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but regardless, I'm still shocked at the timing on this one. This one's it's earlier than UFC London, dog. That's crazy.
That's taking notes down bad.
That's crazy. I mean, I love it. I love these early cards, but normally they only put early cards on whenever it's like some shit card that nobody wants to watch,
No, but this isn't a shit card. This is a great card.
This is arguably the best fight night of the year. Like, it's just.
But dude, who the fuck doesn't want to get drunk at like midday and watch fights? Like, that sounds kind of sick, doesn't it?
5 o'clock somewhere,
Right?
But yeah, man. I mean, to bring it back to Misha Tate, that after that brief segue, yeah, man, I like this fight a whole lot. I know that some people were shitting on it.
I don't know why though.
I
think it's a great matchup for both ladies.
Yeah, for some reason MMA fans don't like Lauren Murphy. I don't know why. We're both Lauren Murphy fans, you know.
She has a great story, dude.
Great story, and generally speaking, I'm pretty entertained in her fights. I mean, outside the Shevchenko fight that she got the shit kicked out of her, but I'm generally entertained in her fights, you know. She comes to scrap, and I give her props, you know. She got into the sport late. Yeah. She's not the most athletically gifted, but goddamn is she a dog, dude.
She's a worker. So, she's a hard worker.
She's a very hard worker. And then Misha, dude, Misha's another dog, bro. Just straight up dogs out there. And
we get to see it, Josh.
If she wins, she gets a title shot. And because I saw a reporter ask about her recently, and they're like, "So you think if you win, you get the title shot?" And be like, she was like, "Who else will who else will get it?" You know what I mean? Especially considering our girl Santos is going to be out with a broken orbital. That shit takes a long time to heal, you know. So, I mean, looking up the women's rankings, there's really nobody else. I mean, I suppose if Manafaro defeats, you know, Andrade, but they're not fighting until September, I think.
That's a while from now. There's
very long time. And Shevchenko's, you know, she doesn't have any injuries or anything. She's probably gonna be ready to go soon. So
she's just ready, dude.
Yeah, so I'll be down with that to see if she wins, and I think she does win here. I know we're not giving official predictions, but I think she's a very good shot at winning this if the cut goes well and everything like that.
That's the thing we got to see. We got to see the weight change.
But she's also looked a lot slimmer since she came back. Maybe it's just me who thought that, but like, does she also look like a lot like?
I mean, yeah, no, she's super in shape too. So I'm assuming it's gonna be fine. But hey, man, that's another weight that she had to get rid of though. That wasn't there originally. So we'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see how fast she's gonna be. Because you've seen she's not as fast as she used to be. You know what I mean? But she wasn't never like crazy quick like that either.
No, she wasn't. She would always just work hard as fuck and then just, you know.
She had a dog. She was a dog.
She still is a dog. I mean, that Caitlin Vieira fight, her face got fucked up and she kept on going, you know. So.
Oh yeah.
Love me some Misha Tate. So we'll see what happens, man. But I'm very excited for that fight. As far as the prelims, dude, do you just want to go down one? Well, let's just go down one, because the last fight leading into the main card is Ricky Simone, Jack Shore.
Mm-hmm.
That is a banger, man. Both these guys ranked at bantamweight. Obviously, Jack Shore is still undefeated, 16-0. But Ricky Simone, dude, he's coming in with some heat. He knocked out Rafael Assunção last time out. And, you know, there's one thing you say about Rafael, man. Like, he's had a rough streak, but he doesn't really get cracked too often. He got cracked by Ricky. So, what do you think about this one? I'm very excited for this fight.
It's a fun matchup, man. They're right next to each other. The perfect 16-0 out of Jack Shore, putting it on the line against a very tough Ricky Simone, who, I mean, he's been putting it together, man. I mean, ever since his loss against Faber, I mean, it's just been kind of getting it together. You know, obviously he had the Raw Fonten loss in there, but ever since there, Ray Borg, you know, another few guys, Brian Kelleher, Rafael Assunção, you know, some really strong guys in there who. Or, you know, are names of the sport. And if he can get Jack Shore out of here, man, get rid of that O. I mean, man, sky's the limit at that point, right? But if Jack Shore gets it here, dude, a perfect 17-0, one of the best active records in MMA by a Welsh fighter. That is, that's a big accomplishment, man. I know he's going to be representing his country real well. He's a talented guy, dude. I mean, he has some solid wins under his belt. And, I mean, it's the same thing to him, man. If he gets that win over Ricky Simone, I mean, that is I mean, that's, you're putting the division in check, man.
Mm-hmm. For sure, man. For sure. He's a guy that, like, you know, it could be because he doesn't have, like, any, I think he only has, like, one finish in the UFC, I believe. And it might have been in, like, his debut, like, a couple of years ago. He's not had a finish in a while. And it's probably because of that he probably doesn't have, like, nearly as much hype as he deserves, I think, you know.
His first two fights were finishes in the UFC. I just looked it up.
Okay. But how long ago was that? Like
2019.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
And 2020, actually. So
okay, my bad. My bad then. Not my bad then. Yeah.
But he's had 3 fights in between though.
Yeah, my bad. But regardless, I do think this is the kid that deserves a lot more hype than he has. He's very well rounded in every single area. He's still very young and he's only getting better. So we'll see what happens there, but I think this is his moment to, like,
shit.
make a big impact. You know what I mean?
Yes.
At least
27
get
years young though, Josh.
27 years young. So
crazy.
Yeah, this kid's only getting better, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, man. As far as the rest of the card goes, what are some of those kind of lower tier fights you're looking forward to talking about?
I mean, Josh, we got to talk about one of the. You know how I mentioned? Oh my goodness, what's his name? A few weeks back about being on a low key win streak. I'm blanking on it right now. I can see his face. I'm gonna regret it later. I'll bring it up later to you outside of the podcast. But someone who's been on a low key win streak, man. Dustin Jacoby.
Oh yeah.
On the most low key of low key, he made it in right into UFC through the Contender Series. He's been kind of getting his wins, and he's just been putting them together, man. He's coming in quietly. He's trying to bring it to. I'm surprised they haven't given him a higher ranked opponent yet, man. You know what I mean? Especially with so many wins. How many wins is that in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins in a row. Surprised they haven't. I mean, they're giving him a Don Jung, not a bad guy, 15-2. But after this, man, you gotta give him someone just outside of the top 15, if not in the top 15, if he does win this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's crazy that they haven't. I mean, even, he's on a solid win streak. I mean, he has not lost since 2015. He has not lost in 7 years, Angel. I mean, that is crazy to think about. That was a Bellator fight against John Salter, too. Like, he's on a solid win streak. He's a guy that, you really don't think about too much when it comes to, title contenders, and I don't know why that is, because anytime I see him, I'm like, damn, this kid's, impressive. He looks good,
He's 34, too. They gotta be pushing him, man. I mean, if I were him, I'd be calling out some names this next fight.
Yeah, damn right, dude. I mean, he's really good. I'm surprised he doesn't have that much hype around him, And Jung, that's a very good matchup. I think it's a good matchup for Dustin Jacoby, honestly. Granted, Jung is young and he's still only getting better, but there's been a couple of times where he's either off or he's on. There's no in between. He's very, very hot or cold.
He's huge, dude. He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's huge for the division. But I mean, to his credit, Jacoby's a big motherfucker too. I think he's also 6'4" or 6'3".
6'3". That's what it's listed at, but we'll see how they match up the night of.
Yeah, so he's a big boy too. So we'll see what happens. Other fights on the card: Bill Algeo, Herbert Burns. Neither one of those guys going to be contending for.
I'm so triggered about this, Josh, because that was not the original bout.
What was the original bout?
The original bout was that Russian guy who's 23-0.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that would have been
Kushin Ashkov. I can't pronounce his name. That guy. He's
been yeah. Both of their opponents dropped out, and then they went in and sent them against each other.
Yes. I know.
Yeah.
I'm so triggered. He was scheduled twice. Last time it was visa issues. This time he withdrew. Why? I don't know, but it's triggering.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, definitely. I can see what you're upset about that.
Dude, he was a good guy though. No hate. Don't get me wrong.
No, yeah, this fight's gonna be fun, but I see what you mean though.
Yeah, I was ready for the debut, man.
Yeah. Also on this card, Philip Rowe taking on Akubar Nurmagomedov. That should be fun. I believe Akubar is related to Habib. I believe so. Unless I'm wrong about that.
I see this just got canceled, Josh.
When?
I don't know. I just see that it was canceled as of... I don't know when, but I just see it's canceled on here on Tapology.
Oh, damn. Well, yeah, I haven't heard anything about that, but maybe you're right. Fuck.
Man, shit, I didn't know fucking Kushin got canceled, so... Yeah, I can't canceled.
It has been?
Yep, I just found it online.
Damn, that's tough.
I didn't find the official news report, but I'm seeing it got canceled.
Damn, yeah, that's rough. Anyways, man. Outside of that, then, opening up the prelims is our girl Jessica Penne, who we mentioned earlier. 39 years young, looking good, looking in great shape, coming off 2 wins in a row, actually. Defeated Lupita Godinez, who's obviously made a name for herself over the last couple of months, or over the last year, I'd say. And then she also defeated Karolina Kokavec back in August of 2021. Taking on Emily Ducote. Emily Ducote, man, she's only 28 years old. Yeah, she's had such a long road, dude. I remember seeing her back in Bellator back in 2015, 2016, when she was just a kid. She was our age. She was up there fighting Lena McFarlane and having some great fights. She took some time off after that, after she got cut from Bellator, made her way into Invicta, where she's just been bodying girls, dude. I mean, she knocked out Janice Mirandin. She had a war with Kanako Murata for the title, and I thought she won that one. She lost via split. I thought it was a terrible decision. Since then, she's undefeated. Defeat Juliana Lehman, Danielle Taylor in one of the knockouts of last year, if you guys have not seen that one where she knocked out Danielle Taylor. And then defeated my girl Alicia Zapatella back in May via doctor stoppage. So, yeah, man, she is looking great, Emily Ducote. So I'm very excited for her to finally get this opportunity. That's going to be a banger. So feel free to tune in early to see that one. Feel free to tune in at fucking 9 a.m. to see that fight. So
wake the fuck up.
Yeah, wake up. So, yeah, that's a rough. I still can't believe how early it is. But regardless, yeah, I like this card a lot, man. I'm very, very excited for this card. Great matchups, top to bottom, and I'm really glad that they're going outside of the Apex. I don't mind an Apex card every once in a while, but it looks like they're finally moving on. You know what I mean? So, I'm cool with it. Is there anything else you want to talk about this one before we move on to some news to close out the show?
No, man. I think we covered it pretty well. I mean, it's a really, really fun card. Actually, now that we started talking about it, I got more excited for it. I saw it, I'm like, this is solid, but once we dove into it, and we didn't highlight, I think we maybe didn't highlight maybe one or two fights, but those are still good fights, in order to their, themselves too. So, yeah, no, I'm actually really excited, man. I can't wait to see this. It's in the morning, which is a little rough for me, but I think we're going to have a fun time recapping this one, and we're going to have a fun time talking about next week's card, because I believe that's UFC London, right?
You're damn right it is.
Holy shit. Where is the loo, my mate?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun card. It's gonna be a fun card. I gotta say, dude, I think this one might be better than UFC London. It might be. It's close. It's close.
I think, okay, so, name value wise, I don't think so, but I think how they pan out is gonna be the big thing.
That's true. That's obviously the biggest.
Not gonna lie though, I could see this one panning out better than UFC London. But last time out, UFC London, man, I think it's probably still the best card of the year.
Mm-hmm. I
mean, I don't know what else could compete with it. I mean, we did have that card where there was a lot of finishes. Was that Cater or was that Yurkin Gamrot that was
that was Cater. That was Cater and Emmett.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty. I mean, but just because it had a lot of finishes doesn't mean the whole card. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds kind of weird. Like, yeah, there was a lot of finishes. Yeah, they were good. It was fun, but I still like UFC London a lot more than this card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I also think that UFC London, like, it's not as good as last card, and I think that could also be one of the reasons why I'm not as excited, because, like, UFC London earlier this year, I don't know, like, if it's even possible to top that card. But they're gonna try, dude.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna try, but I mean, I think it was just a combination of, one, the fighters, the crowd, and the fights, you know, they panned out, and the results on the night of, I mean, they were sick. Don't get me wrong, it had its slow moments, but I mean, there was a little bit of everything, and there was a lot of finishes on that card. There was some controversy on it. It had everything, man.
Yeah, true. You know what I'm actually, like, surprised, just while we're talking about UFC London real quick. I'm shocked that Alexander Gustafsson's return is not getting any more hype. I know it's because he's lost a couple fights, but
he's returned at 205, nevertheless, too.
Yeah, but he hasn't fought since July 2020, and this is his first time he's fighting a light heavyweight in over 3 years.
Wait, it's been that long?
Yeah, he fought Anthony Smith in Sweden back in June 2019.
At 205. That's what you mean. Okay, that's something.
Yeah, 205. But his last fight at heavyweight was over 2 years ago too.
What? That seems like yesterday. Holy fuck, I'm old.
It was one of those first Fight Island cards.
Dude, you're really fucking with my brain right now. Life really is a simulation, huh?
Anyways, man, we have a couple of good cards coming up, but Angel, we gotta shift topics, go to some news to close out the show. A couple of fights got announced, and yeah, man, but before we break into some fight announcements, we do gotta go ahead and hit this one. It's our sad topic of the week. We really don't have these too often because we're a bit of a fun show. We keep it fresh, you know.
Hey man, we've had sad episodes.
We have, you know, but Bigfoot Silva, man, he has now lost his 10th straight combat sports appearance. The last time he won a fight was in August of 2015. He defeated Soa Palele via TKO. That was nearly 7 years ago. 7. Jesus Christ. And he's lost 10 straight. He was cut from the UFC, obviously, back in 2016. He had a couple of MMA fights. He's had some bare knuckle ones, some kickboxing ones. His most recent, actually, interestingly enough, he fought June 24th, 2022, got knocked out by Oleg Popov in Russia. Just last week, he got knocked out again by Vilishlev Dotsik, who's mostly known for being a neo-Nazi above all else, in a boxing match. Dude, at what point do people step in and stop him? I know that his former manager, put something up about how, he's tried and he can't do anything, but at what point do we let this go on? You know what I mean?
Well, dude, it's so sad when he shouldn't be fighting because he's not even fighting. He's not allowed to fight in the States anymore. He literally can't get cleared, And here in America, they don't fuck around about that shit. You know what I mean?
That's true. I forgot he got pulled from Eagle FC.
So he literally, he literally has to go to other countries to fight and get around it. So just knowing that is the most saddening shit in the world. And the way he's losing and how bad it is it's not even like, oh fuck, he's being competitive and then he gets knocked out. No, he's getting the shit beat out of him and he's losing really bad. He's getting knocked the fuck out and you could tell he is not even you can't even say he's a shell of himself. He is not even much of a remnant of himself anymore.
Yeah, he's not even. Like,
we're not saying this to clown him or belittle him. We're saying
no, not at all. Because
we're worried about him.
Got an MMA.
Bigfoot Silva might be the reason I got into MMA. One of them. One of the halves, actually.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. And we're not saying this to be a dick, but man, it's not even close. He hasn't had a competitive fight in forever. I can't think of a lot. Of his current losing streak, he's gotten knocked out in, let me see, every single one?
Probably. I think it's every single one, yeah. He's
No. He had one loss that was via decision. That was it.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. But outside of that, man, I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, it's not even competitive. And that's it's so depressing. Because this is a guy that, fuck, man. He got very close to winning the UFC's heavyweight title, I mean, he fought for it. He was a former Elite XC champion. He beat Fedor. Not prime for Fedor, but he still beat him, Not too far removed from his prime. I mean, it's mind-blowing.
Shit, Fedor's winning fights now, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, dude. You're right. Fedor is more competitive these days than Bigfoot. Here's the thing. You know what's the crazy thing about? They literally can't even make Bigfoot versus Fedor if they wanted.
Yep.
That's fucking insane when you say it out loud. And Fedor's 7 years older than Bigfoot?
Yep.
Something like that. I mean, Fedor's old, dude. So, yeah, man, it's depressing. At some point, somebody has to step in. I don't know who it could be because his former manager said
I feel like it has to be his family, dude. His family has to save him. That's not.
I mean, we don't know that they haven't tried, but
that is true too. Like I told you earlier, I think he might not even be aware of what's going on. He might even be being manipulated. I'm not trying to what is it called? Silver hat this shit or whatever, or what is it?
I have no idea what it's.
Foil hat this, you know what I mean? That thing. I can't think of the fucking proper term, but I'm not trying to theorize this. I'm not trying to fucking throw out shit that I'm not trying to make it seem like I know something, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just there has to be something going on where he's not, just saying, hey, I'm getting fucked up. I'm not winning, especially because, I mean, it's not like he was a journeyman, Now he's trying to become one, and not in a good way either,
Yeah, and it's probably the worst case of a fighter just being out of their prime and continuing fighting that I've ever seen.
I mean, they just stopped, what's his name from fighting on BKFC, Josh, not too long ago.
Melvin Gillard. Yeah.
Melvin Gillard, yeah, because he had been knocked out too many times. He had lost, I mean, can we look up that record real quick, too? I mean, he was also doing bad.
I can hit it real quick, yeah. I mean, okay, so Melvin has lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 fights, and also 10. Although some of those have not been, they're not all knockouts. He had a decision loss, he had a DQ loss in there, an injury loss in there. So 10 in a row, but not like Bigfoot.
Yeah, he's not going to be put out cold, but he's definitely...
But he's also been stopped from fighting, though.
Yeah, luckily he's been stopped from fighting.
Got knocked out twice in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, not good at all.
Yeah, man, it's just...
You know, like I told you, Josh, I really wanted to tweet out #Save Bigfoot, but I was going to get some I was going to get tweets from another community.
Yeah, I don't think too many people realize. Yeah, man. Anyways, but yeah, just depressing. I mean, Bigfoot's.
I mean, hopefully as a community we can come together and save him. Like somehow, us talking about it and maybe people bring it up makes them realize like shit, my life is more important than trying to make money this way.
I mean, I don't know how though. I don't know how like anybody can do anything.
Do you have there's some sort of realization that has to happen, man. How that's going to happen? That's a different story.
Yeah, and I mean he's fighting outside of America now, and he's fighting in places with no athletic commission.
Yep.
So realistically, he can just go forever if anybody does until somebody steps in. I mean,
yep. Yeah, he can go forever. I mean, and he's not going to be fighting regular guys either. He's going to fight fucking juiced up monsters too.
Yeah, he's going to fight killers because that's how Russia's treating him, man. Like they're having him fight these young lions, dude. So.
Yep.
I don't know what to say. It is very depressing though, and shouts out to Bigfoot, man. I mean, he's a legend of the game, and you really do hate to see what's happening now. But anyways, man, moving on. There were a couple of fight announcements which recently got broke. Mackenzie Dern, Yan Xiaonan, set for UFC fight on October 1st, so a bit of time from now. But Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady, also got announced October 22nd. I believe it's going to be UFC 281 in Abu Dhabi. So, to go ahead and give me your takes on both those fights. I'm a big fan of both of them, honestly.
Like I told you in the green room, man, I love both of them. I think they both, rankings-wise, they make sense. Where they're at right now as far as, like, kind of career-wise makes sense. I think it's all great. I think they're both going to be great fights. I really don't have a lot to say on them because I'm a fan of both of them. Obviously, I don't want to preview them too hard, but I think Sean Brady, Bilal Muhammad's going to be stylistically is a great matchup. Sean Brady getting all the way up to number 5, right? Potentially, if he beats Bilal Muhammad, and Bilal Muhammad fighting down to Sean Brady respect, man. He's I guess Chimaev and obviously Burns had just fought, and they're a lock, and Leon's obviously going to be fighting for the title, and Kobe, well, I'm guessing he's practically impossible to make a match with now these days. So it only makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. And
I guess if he wants to talk to Kobe, he's gonna have to make a court date, but I don't know how he's gonna do that.
Oh Jesus,
that was good, wasn't it?
Anyways, man, I think we also gotta give props. I think we gotta give props, man. Bilal Muhammad, he was looking at a fight with Hamzat, man, and instead he's fighting down. He's fighting. Like,
he said, "Fuck that, dude." He said,
"No,
fuck
yeah,"
that.
but even from the point of like he was supposed to fight like somebody higher ranked, possibly fight a number 1 contender, and instead he's fighting this young lion who's undefeated and ranked like what 10? Like, dude, guys don't do that. So you got to give props to Bilal Muhammad, man. I mean, this kid's a gamer, dude. So honestly, you really do love to see it. So yeah, I'm very excited for both these matchups. I saw the Dern Xiaonan fight get a bit of hate on social media because it's a main event. And I dislike that. Because I think this fight's going to be awesome anyways. And dude, women's strawweight fights, I hate that like women's strawweight gets lumped in with a lot of the bad of women's MMA. Because like that top 15's dope.
It's one of the stronger divisions.
It's like man or woman. It's one of the stronger divisions. It's one of the best, So yeah, man, I'm super, super excited for this fight. I think it's going to be an awesome one. Just because like Mackenzie Dern and Yang Xiaonan, neither one of them's like been in a boring fight. So, very excited for it. Very excited for that. Winner of that, in contention for a title shot. I'm sure they'll keep on going and giving it to anybody but Marina Rodriguez. But anyways, yeah, man, last bit of news, and there's not really a whole lot to say on this one. Kind of a funny subject, also a lot of it depressing, honestly. Dana White recently, going viral. By recently, I mean literally today, because he was giving a Nelk boy, I can't think of which one it is, I really don't know the names, but
Kyle.
it was Kyle from the Nelk boys, giving him $250,000 as a gift. In which
God, don't you just wish you had friends like that, Josh?
Right? It sparked all the discussions once again about, fighter pay and paying fighters, all that lame shit,
I will say this though, Josh, this is his personal money that I'm assuming he's giving away, not the company money, which are two different things at the end of the day.
I agree. And I think that is something important we need to say. We'd also be remiss if we also didn't say, where the fuck do we think Dana gets the money from?
Obviously, Dana earns his money like that, but granted, Dana has his own money at the end of the day too, right? Regardless of what we want to say, that is his own, Dana has to make a living himself.
No.
You don't think Dana should make a living himself? You think Dana should just donate all his money?
No, I think that it's fucked up that he has $250,000 to throw around while fucking Davis and Figueroa got paid $100,000 for fighting 5 rounds with Brandon Moreno.
I mean, that's how it is, isn't it?
I guess so.
Listen, Josh, why don't you give me $250K? Why don't I have friends like that? I'm just rubbing the elbows with the wrong guys, aren't I?
I just don't have enough money, to do that, sadly. I wish I did,
Are you sure?
I guess I just got to start my own fight promotion and just
I need to start hanging out with Hunter Biden instead.
He's a pretty cool guy. I mean, I don't want to get political, but that seems like a pretty cool guy to hang out with. That's all I gotta say. I mean,
Chad of the week, dude.
Chad of all time, if we're being completely frank. I mean, anyways, man. Before we have all the right wingers try to cancel us, I mean, that's just.
It wouldn't be the first time they gone after us, Josh.
It won't be the last. You can come for us all you want. You can't stop us. All right. But yeah, man, is there anything else we talk about before we close out?
I do not believe so. I think we pretty much locked in, my guy.
That's what I thought as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm at Josh Shivanoff on Twitter. He's at Angel Ortega _01 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. RogueEnergy.com code Soundoff as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Peace and bug grease. Mouse clear.